I started out flat track racing when I was 4 years old. My dad was a racer back in the 70s, and it was sort of his passion that he transferred over to me, and where it became my passion. Then I found this wonderful sport of road racing on motorcycles, and it's since my first laps around the track on a road race bike, I've been hooked.
Jason had come back from Europe, where he rode a Triumph in Europe for about a half a season for a team over there. Apparently had asked some folks that he knew if there's anybody that he should contact that might have an opportunity for him. And several people mentioned, you know, why don't you contact George Latest with Latest Motors Racing? And I certainly didn't expect to get a call from a guy like Jason, because Jason has been literally on the world stage and is a very, very high-level rider. And, you know, I wasn't sure why he would be calling, you know, this small team. Certainly, I knew that he was a talented rider, and he's just what I call the all-around package. He's going to obviously go fast on the racetrack, which is real important, but also to me, equally important, he has to represent the sport of motorcycling well, he has to represent Triumph well, he has to represent Team Latest Motors well. And I think Jason scores on all those counts, and he's just really, really a fine young man. I think everybody sort of expected us to finish out the season on the 848 because we'd had 2 years on that bike and we had it to a very, very high state of development.
What really did it for me is mathematically, we couldn't win this championship, and nobody knows who got the second or third place. Nobody cares, and quite honestly, we don't either. So we're beginning to win next year's championship this weekend.
I don't think we're the first team ever to switch brands mid-season, but I think this is one of the most dramatic changes that may have ever taken place in the sport of professional motorcycle racing, just because we had success before. And I think that shows the confidence of these guys to come in and say, we believe in the Triumph 675R, and we believe that we can have even more success going forward.
I think the key to winning a championship in this series is being able to withstand the warfare. It's so fierce in this class. I think it's the most difficult class in AMA Pro to win. You don't have to win every race, but you got to be close. You know, you got to score points at every opportunity, whether it's pole positions or leading the most laps or just making a bad weekend a little better. Because I think it's the worst weekend of the year that'll dictate your championship more than your best weekend of the year.
I've been around the race scene for a long time, and I've seen a lot of very, very talented tuners, builders, innovators, and Ronnie is right up there with the best of them, if not the best I've seen, and I'm quite fortunate to have him and his talent as a part of the team.
I tell the boys all the time when we unload, I said, these people only know us by what we do here today. They don't know how dull the tools are, how rough the road was getting here. If the things are bright, shiny, and intimidating when they roll out the trailer, that's who we are. And where you came from, how you got to here, is not nearly as important on what you do on the day.
It's sort of a David versus Goliath thing at some level. We're coming out here and you know, really mixing it up and beating a lot of these teams that come to the track with multi-million-dollar budgets on a fraction of that. And I think that a lot of that has to do with not how many men we bring to the track, but the quality of those men that we bring to the track. And that is what shows in the results, and that's why we're able to have success over people that just bring more.
It's really a gratifying effort because the people we have on the team and so on they're not there strictly for the money or because it's a job or whatever. They're there because they love doing it, and that's what makes it really, really fun. And that's really, I think, the backbone of motorcycling, and what's so great about this sport is the passion and the dedication that people bring to it just out of their heart. What we were looking for, you know, as a small team with limited funding is we not only had to have, you know, a manufacturer that had good product that we could win races with, but we needed somebody that we could really partner with. And we really found that with Triumph. And it's just a great company. They're interested in what we're doing. They're interested in motorcycles. Obviously, they're business people because they have to be. But more than that, they're business people that have a passion for motorcycles and motorcycle racing, just like we do.
We know what we're doing next year. We're going to go win this championship on a Triumph. So that process starts right now. So there'll be no off season. There'll be no days off. When we leave here, we're at work to win this championship for next year. And that's the biggest asset we have going for us this year that we haven't had before. And quite honestly, I think that'll be the difference in moving this product to the winner's circle.